glamorous-looking photo that is on the Rolling Stone cover.
The quote that's in your story from this police officer, "What Rolling Stone did was wrong. This guy is evil. This is the real Boston bomber, not someone fluffed and buffed for the cover of Rolling Stone magazine." When you got these photos, what did the police department in Boston, the other police officers, say to you about releasing all these pictures?
Well, this happened so fast that no one has, frankly, had a chance to say anything. We're in sort of uncharted waters here, and Sgt Murphy, I think, is as aware of that as anyone. This is a measure of how deeply he feels that I think he felt conflicted on some level about releasing these photos, but I also think he felt like it was something he, frankly, had to do.
That red dot on his face, that shows where the snipers were targeting him potentially, right?
That's exactly right.
And these other pictures are pretty amazing as well. Are these all of the pictures that the sergeant has, or are there more in the works?
No, we have hundreds, and our plan at this point is to run a more traditional sort of magazine-style photo essay in our September issue, and there'll be a lot more to see of these photos. They're very, very dramatic, and also a lot, and I think this is important to say, that I think Sgt. Murphy also really wanted the focus in terms of the heroism here to be on the law enforcement officers, and there's a lot of really dramatic photos of what they were up to as well.
And what do they show, basically? Just give us a little summary.
Well, you see some samples of it, but I think you see a lot of sort of the deliberations going on in the war rooms. You see some of the equipment that was used. There's a lot that we didn't know about because no one was allowed to see any of this, including how they had to sort of forcibly ram cars out of the way in order to kind of create a crime scene or a perimeter, there in Watertown. And you really, I think, kind of see the way these events were weighing on the folks whose job it was to sort of find this guy.
Very different pictures of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev than the picture that was on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine, and I understand why a lot of these people, and especially in the police, are upset about that. Brian Todd is still with us. You wanted to make a point?
Yes, Wolf, and just to reiterate to what you and John were talking about, my team and I were only about 100 yards away from the scene when these pictures were being taken, when all this was unfolding. I can just give you some of the quotes from the police interaction with him at these very moments when he's about to come out and when he's coming out. Just before all these events unfolded, we heard the police say, quote, "Come out on your own terms. We know you're in there. Come out with your hands up." One of them said, "You will not be harmed." But clearly they were ready for anything, as you can see from the training of these laser scopes. One of them said, "We know you're bleeding, we know you're tired." Those were some of the words from the police officers that accompany these pictures at those very moments.
I want to get some legal analysis of what's going on as well. Let's bring in our legal analyst, Jeffrey Toobin and Sonny Hostin. Jeffrey, what do you make of this latest development, these pretty brutal, gruesome, graphic pictures of Dzhokhar Tsarnaev?
Well, if there's only one issue in the Tsarnaev case is whether he's going to spend life in prison or he's going to get the death penalty. And I think this whole controversy over the Rolling Stone cover, which these photographs flow out of, just show how raw the emotions are about this.